breed, you know? Elves, you want to live forever? Do it as humans do. Just like the rings, my precious. Gandalf the Grey, it is confirmed. The stranger is Gandalf the Grey. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Afan, and today we're gonna watch some more Rings of Power. Episode, which one actually? 7 or 8? Episode 7, The Eye, it's called, is out now. Because I'm watching House of the Dragon and this like back to back. And they're kind of going in the same episode king number. You know, I sometimes confuse them. That one's at 8 though, I think. Last episode was 7. Yes, they're kind of the same number. Anyways, before I jump into this episode, if you want to see the full-length reaction to this, House of the Dragon, and pretty much every other show and movie and all that I do, is available on my Patreon, the full-length reactions, watch-alongs, whatever you want to call it. It's basically unedited, the whole thing from start to end. You sync it with your copy of the movie or show or whatever. You watch the whole thing together on my Patreon. Also, these videos go up early on Patreon, so if you want to see it before everybody else, you can on my Patreon. Thank you so much, patrons, YouTube members, subscribers, all you man for supporting me all this time. It means a lot. Now then, a lot happened in the last episode. I have to say, by far my favorite episode. It was amazing. A lot of action. I'll live for action. Give me more, please. When are we going to see the rings? The Rings of Power. I'm not sure when exactly that's going to happen. Maybe the last episode, the finale. I'm not entirely sure. But at some point, I suppose. I mean, it's called the Rings of Power, so you got to see the Rings of Power at some point. Anyways, yeah, it was some really nice battles. A really sort of touchy-hearty moments between Galadriel and Halbrand, Elendil and Isil, and Arondir, Theo, Bronwyn, so on and so forth. A moment of temporary triumph, at least, for the humans, or the men led by a woman. And then at the end, just as they think, some revelations about certain characters like Halbrand. I'm more and more sure now that Halbrand is a bad guy. Like, he's not good. You know, first off, we don't have that much evidence that he is the king other than a necklace that he has or whatever, a pouch, or I don't know what it is. Now, someone did tell me that it's kind of hard to find that. So if you have it, most likely you are someone in a position, or were someone in a position of power. But I don't know, that just seems too convenient to me. I think he's not a good guy. I don't think he's a king, or maybe he was a king, or I don't know. I feel like that guy is bad. His interaction with Adar made me even more suspicious of him. They know each other. Adar does not know him, though. I read the comments on the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Every video I'm gonna read them all. There's so many to go through. And there was one comment mentioning that Sauron can change the way he looks. So maybe he is Sauron, just like I thought he was before. And Adar doesn't recognize him because when they met, he recognized Adar because he's still Sauron. So he recognized Adar because Adar doesn't change, but Sauron changes. So Adar sees him and he's like, hold on a second. I've hurt a lot of people. Have I hurt you or someone you love? You know? The fact that he's good at forging weapons and steel and stuff, basically, you know, metals. His talk in the prison before with Galadriel about creating a solution and then controlling the solution. Sounds like the rings, doesn't it? Anyways, yeah, they're baiting us hard with that guy. Speaking of baiting us hard, the other dude, Stranger, we didn't really get to see him in the last episode, but who is he? Gandalf? Some other dude? I don't know. I have no clue. They have to reveal quite a bit still. We didn't get to see much of the dwarves either, or the Harfeet, or Harfoots, you know, or anybody else. But yeah, we ended on a great shot just when they thought everything was great. Everything was good. We're victorious. Well, nope. No, you're not. Waldrig comes in clutch and opens the thing. And then it goes into the tunnels and through and all the way into the volcano. And the volcano erupts. And Galadriel is just standing there like... And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Move. Just like Adar moved when that tower thing was falling on him. Galadriel. The all-wise lady, shampoo lady, Lorien, move! And that's when it all ends. What'll happen in this one, I'm very excited to see because they really stepped up their game in the last one. So yeah, without any further, a Mountain Doom. Let's just start the episode, man.
At the first brush of the oak leaves, we head to the grove. So the only trouble is there's 100 perils between here and there.
Perils.
Perils.
Stop!
Okay. This episode will feature them is what I meant to say.
Our light is fading.
Gilgalad.
This mithril, it is our only salvation.
So the fate of the entire elven race.
I love these two's interactions, man.
All hail to the true king of the Southlands.
All because the guy has a necklace. I have a necklace too. Right here. Which land I'm a king of. Right here. This looks so good, man. Regardless of what your problem is with this show, there's one thing you cannot deny. This show looks good. Hell? The Eye of Sauron. Oh, these are the ashes. This is probably the Númenóreans and Galadriel and them people. Episode is called The Eye, so they open on the eye. Oh, this is Galadriel because she's got the thing. That's her armor, right? Yeah. Yeah, it is her. No, it's Mary. No, it is Galadriel. Oh, wow. Damn. A whole... all gone. Oh, horsey! Horse on fire. Man, elves do have superpowers, don't they? Like, all these people are dead, everything's burning, and she's, like, fine. Oh, there are others alive, too. But still, though, she was, like, literally, like, standing there. The others at least hid. Mother. Mother might be dead. Oh! Oh, come on now. Uh-oh, there's another one. Who's this? Elendu? Isildur, okay. It's gonna be one of those things. Okay, cool. Pretty much all the main characters are gonna be fine. That kind of looks like Sam.
Soldier, he's gone.
So it would seem. Uh-oh. Oh! Ooh, okay then. Oh, the queen looks hurt. Isildur got crushed under there, didn't he? So, you know how I said none of the main characters are gonna be hurt? I think the queen got hurt because she was doing this. I don't believe she would be crying in that moment. Man, they're baiting this dude so hard. Or not baiting him hard enough. Anyways, I swear if he's not Gandalf. Because it just reminded me of Gandalf when he's coming into, at the very start, when he's coming into the Shire. He's got the cart and Frodo's running all. Anyways, I'm fairly certain the queen is hurt. And Isildur should be dead, but he's, as we know, the future, so he's not dead. But he's probably very hurt.
He said they go to sleep, sometimes for hundreds of years, only to wake again when a new evil is rising.
He's got the one ring to rule them all around his neck. Celebrimbor is word for no reason. They've got the ring already. It's with this dude.
Your friend up there, the big fella. You don't suppose...
Suppose what?
Maybe he could fix it.
Yes.
Magic ting.
It's my brood of us to ask more of him.
I'll ask him then.
Is he an elf? Don't the elves, like, really care about nature and trees and that? You know, the people who were taken by the orcs, like they refused to cut the tree down.
The tree will understand.
So the trees don't talk.
Ents do.
Shh, don't distract him.
Ents.
Great coats. It's working.
Oh, he's bringing it back to life or something?
He's fixing it. Just like Sadok said he would.
They're fine? What about Nori? Oh, she's fine? Don't look at him. You're the stupid one who ran into the trees. Like, you see the tree falling and you just walk forward like, what kind of dumbass are you?
The elves are prepared to furnish this city. Game, grain, and timber from the elder forests of Eriador for the next 5 centuries.
Damn! That's 500 years.
I never made a promise I didn't.
This guy understands him.
Words of Stone Tongue.
Stone Tongue, okay.
Why should we trust any elf?
In the Hobbit movie, that one elf, I forgot her name, knew how to talk to that other dwarf that she fell in love with.
Pleading for you to save my people. Please, noble king, help us.
What is to be your answer, father?
Ooh, he's got that leaf.
It is said
The plague or whatever.
he crafted us of 2 elements, fire and rock. The rock that lives within us hungers.
Owly, that's one of the Valerians, right? Valar. Valar. Yeah.
It's the truth.
Not sure how to say it, but.
You expect me to swat his hand away because you're afraid of a bloody rockfall?
The fate of the elves was decided many ages ago by minds much wiser, much farther seeing than our own. Defy their will.
The Valar
might fall. Perhaps the entire Middle Earth.
It is kind of weird. He has a point.
I am sorry, my son.
Like, they're immortal. You know what I mean? Whereas the dwarves aren't.
Lice-bearded, uncaring old fool! You're not thinking of letting this happen!
What choice do we have?
Just breed, you know? Elves, you want to live forever? Do what us humans do.
Prove to them there's a safe way to gather mithril.
Let's get a party started.
What kind of father would I be if I teach our children the will of a...
Quick question. That dude, the one god, Eru or what, I forgot his name. I think it might be Eru, it might not be, I don't know, one of them. What, does he do anything? Or is he just sitting there eating popcorn, just relaxing, watching the show, getting entertained?
Or called him a fool. No.
Seems like the Valar, which are under him, are doing everything. Is that dude just chilling? He hired the Valar to do his job, I guess. Elrond, you know what time it is. Come on, you don't have much time left.
Must be informed.
Get to work. You need to create more elves.
For there will no longer be a Lindon.
So this is goodbye then?
We do not say goodbye.
Oh, wow.
We say no.
Namarie.
Means more than simply farewell.
Namarie. Oh, he really meant it when he said I'm doing this for my friend, not the elves in general. 'Cause that right there is definitely personal. Mithril? Looks like a drumstick. Oh, Durin. Then one right next to the leaf. Oh, that's that leaf, yeah. The leaf is getting cured. Well, look at that. Owl's beard, or whatever the saying is. Oh, that's Merlin's beard, isn't it? The king... What exactly is he afraid of? Does he know something we don't know? Probably.
It's over. Not for me. I won't allow it.
Look at that, Galadriel.
It isn't your fault.
For once, showing restraint. Well, she showed in the last one as well. So she's maturing after 1,000 years. Only took her 1,000 years. You know? Derai Dorostai. Which basically means better late than never, I guess. Or she's hurt.
Isildur.
That's Isildur's horse? Nah, he's not here. That dude. Is he dead? He can't be dead. What about that movie? Or those movies? Okay, yeah, she is hurt. Yeah, like I thought.
Take my horse.
Oh, it's his son.
Captain, you.
Ooh. Wait, that's not the same as Isildur? How is he dead?
They're dead, aren't they? But on there.
Is this a different Isildur? Or is this one of those fake death? I shouldn't have said that. I'm Hagrid. If you haven't seen that movie, that's a spoiler. You know. Is it like a fake death? Bleep out the name of the character I just said, please.
When I was your age, there was no such thing as orcs.
This looks so cool. Maybe you should let Sauron take over. Everything looks cool and orange.
I would not use such words.
Look at the trees. They look so majestic. They're glittery and bright.
Deed's good. He gives place for evil to thrive.
Just like the rings, my precious.
Of that every soldier must be mindful, even you.
Who's watching him? Is someone watching him? You are now. You don't have a choice, brother. Ooh.
I can make one of you yet.
Let's go, Theo. Theo Walcott.
How much further until we reach the encampment?
It's just beyond this rise.
Elendil's out of it, bro. Look at him. Bro, is she alright? She's not even blinking.
Till we're clear of this smoke.
There's no smoke. Wait.
How long have we been clear of it?
Nearly a mile.
I see.
I don't think you do. Too soon?
Do you?
Only grey.
Gandalf the Grey. It is confirmed. The stranger is Gandalf the Grey.
Both of you, guide my horse.
She lost her eye. Okay, that's why she was doing that. She lost her eye. Okay, her eyes are gone.
Melinda, please keep walking.
Wow. It is probably a fake death. Unless he had... Isildur's mother's dead. Well, I was gonna say unless he has another... He has another brother, but his name's not Isildur, though.
Big folk settlements.
It's a fake death, then.
People there can help you find your stars. Because all I can tell you is... half of folk haven't...
That was on,
ancestors lived in parts unknown.
The shield thing, that weird...
And that's a long time to wander.
I don't know what they were. The three girls... there was three people looking for him. That's a snake. No, that's not. That's a flower. Damn. So he did bring it back, hey? Apple? I like how clearly you can see the red apples in those trees. Apple has quite a bit of importance, doesn't it? iPhone, I mean like wisdom and freedom and free will and all that, you know what I mean?
I saw that star falling. Should have just let it alone. Eleanor tried to tell me, Mother, but now I understand. I'm just a Harfoot.
So I thought this was her stepmom. She is, right? I mean, otherwise it doesn't make sense.
Have you ever lost someone close?
My brother.
Fenrod.
And my husband.
Husband?
Celeborn was his name.
Right, the dude.
In a glade of flowers. I was dancing and he saw me there.
You were dancing.
All seemed so very far away then.
With a sword. She was dancing with a sword.
His armor didn't fit properly. Called him a silver clam. I never saw him again after that.
So he's dead too? Or he's like a star or something? Like Elrond's father?
You did not intend for this to happen.
I gave power to the enemy, so that makes me responsible.
Some say that is the way of things.
Was that someone else in the trilogy?
But I believe the wise
when
upon what is in our hearts.
A certain wizard
And this was not
is no more? That's me trying to avoid spoilers for those who haven't seen the movie. And they go to that one place where there's Galadriel and that other dude. They are married too, right?
How am I to let it go?
Ask Elsa, she'll let you know how to let it go.
Where's the design in that?
Oh, there's a shit home anyways. Now you can build a new one. Uh-oh. This reminded me of that moment when Frodo has the ring and he's hiding under that, you know, that big tree thingy from the Nazgul.
What do you smell?
Someone farted. Galadriel's like, my bad. Not holding it in since volcano erupted. Reminded me of that time I had that curry.
Come on. We're wasting time.
We move at first light.
What light?
The sun. Fucking idiot. It's gonna be dark forever now. Wait, so they're doing this without his father or without the king's permission? Is that a good idea? There's something more to it. There's something other than mithril here. That's why the king doesn't want you to dig or mine or whatever. Because he's talking about, like, not risking his own people's lives. They're the dwarves. I mean, I know mining can, like, you can lose lives like we saw in the other episode. But they have a pretty good system going, so, you know, they'll be fine. Or maybe not. I don't know more than the Dwarven King about the dwarves.
You lost on purpose.
My aim was never to defeat you. I was winded.
I always thought you were mighty dwarvish for an elf.
It's the nose.
Elvish dwarf Durin. Son of Durin.
Nah, he's got sideburns.
Scoff, if you like. The mightiest thing a dwarf can do is to be worthy of the name of his father.
Wow.
We do have our secret names. For use only amongst ourselves.
To be worthy of their father's name.
You save it, Durin. For the far side.
This guy's very emotional. Right in the feels. I love him, man. I love the both of these guys. Their interactions are great. The hell is going on? Put a mask on, man. All that dust. He's found it. You know, I did wonder, who makes better weapons, the dwarves or the elves? I do remember the Twaddly Waddly from the Hobbit's movies. Holy shit, that thing was brutal. Too OP.
Durin.
It looks like roots. The king is here. Shit.
King Durin, there is
Enough!
Uh-oh.
Just look at it. She's the elf.
Uh-oh. I'm telling you, he knows something that they don't know. Why is he like this? That looked like roots. I was like, is that the roots to that tree? But if that's the case, then the tree should be fine, because even if it's right next to it, in proximity, right? Close proximity, it should be fine.
Something inside you was ill-formed. Your breathing was ragged and dry. A tiny, pitiful sound like scraping chalkstones.
I actually had trouble breathing as well when I was born. Well, I don't remember, but I'm told.
I gazed down on your tiny, naked face.
Naked because he had no hair?
The great grey beard of an old dwarven king. She need cry no more. Our son would live, and he would move mountains!
But not mines, though.
Squandering our future so you can cling to the past! You profane the crown you wear!
Whoa.
It's not yours anymore.
Whoa. Is that shit? Did you just disinherit him? Is that what just happened? I think that's what just happened. It's not yours anymore. I see the others wearing that sort of thing too. Like descend them. Wow, and before that he talked about being worthy of your father's name is the highest honor a dwarf can have.
Can you believe it, Nor? It's not fair to be here to feast tonight.
Yeah. Wow.
She's gonna make something called apple sausage.
Apple sauce, what I say.
The stranger worked his magic, eh?
Daughter, he could not help but.
It's the ring. Oh, it's these. Okay, all three of them are, or seem like they're women. Female. They are tracing him, so every time he does a magic, they're able to, like, detect it or whatever.
Wait! You're going the wrong way. He went that way. Go on now.
We're gonna appear behind her? I swear if you scare me. Oh, there it is.
All right!
Leave her alone!
You heard her! Off with you now!
Be gone!
Oh, wow. They're brave.
Her foot, and I'll bring the lot of you.
What about the head? What about the hair on the head? She got one on the head. Okay, then. Run as fast as you can. Whoa, okay then. You know what I was just gonna say? Nuri, you know what you said earlier about how you should have just moved on and not gone to the stranger? I think you should have done the same here. You should have listened to your own advice. And they're gone? And they don't even have the stranger anymore to do the magic thing and give him more apples. Yeah.
Give him to me. No. You're going home. Do you hear me? You're coming with us.
Doesn't want to go.
Please. Beric.
Dundarian? It's the bond between the horse and the... it's pretty strong, so he would only listen to Isildur. Unfortunately, he's not here. Oh, he's gonna let him go? Ah, fuck. His wound seems to be healing. That's good. The horses. I don't know if it's a he or she, but you know. There he goes. It goes.
I should never have pulled the elf on board. I should have left her in the sea where I found her.
Ah, yeah. There's the elf. She already blames herself, and now Elendil is talking like that too, so surely the other men are talking like that as well. Because Elendil is normally the voice of reason. lovely. Oh my god. Looking for Bronwyn. That's his mummy. Oh, she's dead. Wow.
Galadriel.
Bronwyn's like, I'm here too.
For I, Miriel, daughter of Ar Inziladun, vow this. Numenor will return.
Elendil's not a fan.
We'll be ready.
Will they?
Captain, we sail with the tide. Captain.
He's gone. Oh.
On your feet now, girl. Stand up. Help me gather.
I mean, I get it, but your son wasn't the only one who died. A lot of other sons died too.
It will be all right.
Pity's sake, Brandyfoot. Give us a moment to weep.
Weeping? Is that all you think we have left in us? We're Harfoots.
Feet! Reminded me of that moment with Pippin, or Mary, one of them. I don't know, and he's crying, you know.
Look, we don't slay dragons.
We do, however, steal their treasure from right underneath them.
With our hearts even bigger than our feet. And we just keep walking.
He deserves at least that.
Going off trail now, alone.
She won't be alone.
Frodo and Sam.
You girls aren't going anywhere.
Not without me.
All right. Fellowship of the Apples. Let's go.
Might never come out alive. They might, if a trail finder were to go with them. What's the good of living, Sadok, if we aren't living good?
Just once. Once. It would be grand if you weren't right all. Doesn't matter anyway, we're all gonna die.
Well, we all will die. Eventually. I was gonna say, I accept the elves, but apparently they're gonna die too.
Believe she'll keep her promise?
No. I'm certain of it.
She might, but I believe there will be a challenge from her people after seeing all the devastation, because they're already against...
To face whatever awaits me.
But what of our king?
Your king?
Elbrand. Yeah.
Me of what?
Oh, he's dead?
Elbrand.
Oh, he's not.
It seems fate has in store for us one more raft.
I will not abandon these lands and condemn them to burn. Nor will you.
They did the exact same twitchy smile thing. Well, her husband's dead, so... Yeah, no? Oh, so he's like proper king in that now. So, okay, he's not Sauron. It's alright, man. You win some, you lose some. That would be quite a twist, though.
Soldier.
Commander.
Ooh, there are marks on his clothes that are kind of similar.
Straight to the southland!
Kind of similar to the interest, but also the marks of the distillations or whatever. Constellation. What's the right word? The stars and ting, man.
That's all my fault.
She doesn't have that thing either.
Not your brothers. Not some other dwarf lords. Yours. And mine.
Are we gonna play the game? Game of Thrones. I'm up for that, actually.
We are going to dig.
And you do as well, because we know what happens there. But what does he know? He knows something. What does he know? I'm telling you, he's not just foolish or whatever like they're saying. What the hell? What a throw. Finding all the... Whoa.
My children.
Oh! That took me a second. Balrog. That's that dude that Gandalf fought. Right?
Eladar, Lord of the Southland.
Yeah.
That is the name of a place that no longer exists.
Are they gonna say it? Come on then. Say it. They're gonna call it Adar? Huh? Oh, they were gonna say Mordor. The Southlands. Mordor! There it is. Why did I cheer for Mordor? I'm a man after all, easily corrupted. That was a fantastic episode. Very slow though. A lot of not action, which is fine. It's a change of pace compared to the last one. Back to the way it was before the last one. But yeah, it's alright. It doesn't have to be all out action, then that gets a bit too much as well. That last scene right there was so cool. The scene before that was so cool. I think that's a Balrog, right? That, if I remember correctly. Balrog of Mordor or whatever. Morgoth. Something, I don't know. So that thing is down there. Is that why the king is saying not to dig? Does he know that? Or is... He has to, right? Why is he so reluctant? He has to know then. I'm not sure. Anyways, before I talk more about this episode, if you want to see a full-length reaction to this episode and pretty much all the other episodes, the shows, movies, all that good stuff, you can. It's available on my Patreon, link in the description to my Patreon. Also, these videos go up early on Patreon, so if you want to see them before everybody else, you can on my Patreon. Check it out, link in the description. Thank you, patrons, YouTube members, subscribers, everyone for supporting me all this time, and I will be giving away some merch on Patreon as well for your continued support. Once again, thank you so very much for supporting me. Now then, pretty good episode. Not as good as the last one though. You know me. But a development during... Let's start from the beginning. So we start off with the eye. It's called the eye, right? And we open with the eye of not Sauron, but Galadriel instead. Covered in ashes and all that, and it's still open. I'm like, none of the ashes are going in your eye? Ariel was saying I'm seeing cloud and gray. And I'm like, Gandalf the Grey. But Galadriel apparently didn't see the gray. Or maybe she does, because she sees everything. She's an elf after all. They see it all. So that's Mount Doom then, that erupted. I'm not sure, please correct me if it is not. There's a lot of destruction. People are dying left, right, and center. And like I predicted, all the main characters are alive except Isildur. So I guess I was wrong in that. And also, the queen is not... Well, she's alive, but she's harmed. I thought all the characters will be unharmed. So I was wrong in that very much so. Which I'm kind of glad, honestly. And then we see Isildur and his friends are stuck under the thing and they're trying to pull them out. And they do it so successfully, except the thing falls. Isildur is crushed under it, or so we're told, that he's dead now. I don't personally believe that he is dead, but that is what they are telling us. I think that's one of those fake outs. But I might be wrong. I'm not entirely sure about that one. Actually, I'm entirely sure that I'm entirely correct in presuming that he's still alive. And that's because I know the future. But there's another thing to keep in mind. Maybe this is not the same as Isildur. I mean, if you guys who have read the book, you'll know that he is Elendil's son. I don't know that. I don't know that Elendil had another son that was called Isildur or something. Do you know what I mean? Like one that died. And then there was another one after him. And that's the one that became the Isildur, the one that we see in the opening of Fellowship of the Apples. I mean, the Ring. But that's what they're going with for now, at least. And like I said, I don't think he's dead. So there's that. Galadriel blames herself for pretty much everything that happened to the Southlands, including the fact that the Southlands are no longer Southlands. They are now indeed Mordor. And Elendil is very much blaming that on Galadriel as well. And it's so sad to think about, honestly, because Elendil and Isildur had such a sweet moment, a heart-to-heart in the last episode. You know, they've been bickering, arguing this whole time, and finally they sort of see eye to eye. They sort of understand each other. And the very next episode, gone, done. Or so Elendil thinks. The queen loses her sight in that little accident there as well, which is quite ironic considering that, much like her father, she have now bad vision as well. The both of them have visions, and they are bad, the visions that they do have, because the visions that they do have are of the fall of Numenor. So it's kind of weird. They cannot see, but they are the only ones who can actually see. We found out that Galadriel was married, and her husband died in this one, which I'm not entirely sure about, because in the trilogy we do see Galadriel with another man, which I don't remember the name of that guy, but I thought it was the same guy, Calibran or something. I think I remember that name. I think it's the same dude. It might not be. The names are very similar. Calibrimbor, Calibram, you know. So it might have been entirely a different person, but I'm not sure. It might be one of those things where she thinks he's dead, just like Isildur, but he's not actually dead. Just like Isildur. Oh, I'm gonna be so mad when he's actually dead in the next episode, or the one after that, or whichever episode they reveal it in finally. And she also mentions to Theo that she lost her brother as well. I'm a little confused still. I thought elves cannot die, and when they die, they have the a choice to come back. So is her brother just done with this world, and he's just not coming back? He's like, fuck all of you, man. I'm done with that shit. Let me be here in Valinor in peace. Or did I get that incorrectly? Please keep in mind, all my information is from the comments. I have not read the book, so I might be confusing things, or maybe someone gave me the wrong information. I don't know. Another thing that just popped into my mind, because Halbrand and Galadriel had sort of a sweet moment. It looked like it might have been more than just friendship, do you know what I mean? Although in this one, it seemed like the both of them actually friend-zoned each other. Do the elves, is that a thing amongst the elves to have multiple partners? I don't know. It might be, it might not be. I'm not entirely sure. I do know, actually, I just remembered, the reason why the Arwen and Aragorn thing was so, like, huge and had so much weight for Arwen and Elrond and the elves, basically, was because elves can die of a third way as well. So they can't die, or they can die, like, in battle or something like that. And then there's a third way they can die, which is of a broken heart. So now I'm thinking, okay, maybe they don't have multiple partners because, you know, if you can die of a broken heart, then, you know, I presume you will only have one partner, then you'll be monogamous all your life, and they live very, very long. So basically the deal there is if Aragorn dies, which he will die because he's a man, so will Arwen, because she's then going to be heartbroken. So I guess there aren't, maybe, but I don't know. So let me know if you know how that whole thing works. We meet the Harfeet in this one once again. They're baiting us so hard. They're baiting us hard with Gandalf. That dude, I swear, if he's not Gandalf, I'm gonna be so mad. He's pulling the carts and they show him like looking all cute and shit. Just like Gandalf when he enters the picture, he's in the cart and Frodo's running alongside him. And you're like, I see what you're doing there, show. Oh, you think I don't see? You think I'm Miriel? Too soon? Anyways, I'm fairly certain now that he is Gandalf. Which I don't know if I'm happy about or sad, because I'm happy to see him, but I also wanted to see a new character, do you know what I mean? A new wizard, because I know there are multiple other wizards as well. But I'd like to see, like, another one, you know, like not Radagast, because we know Radagast as well. Or maybe even Radagast, because we don't know enough about Radagast. So I'll take him too. But like I said, I'm happy to see Gandalf because that's our guy. The gray or the blue or the white or whatever. I'll take any of them. Although he does become the white fairly later on. So then they send him away. Those three weirdos are following him. They seem to have magic. They take the fire and burn all their apples. They just got them from the stranger and now they burn all their apples. Yeah, bastards. Don't tell Alicent about it. She's gonna lose her mind. She finds out your three are bastards. Anyways, so yeah, then they decide that they're gonna build a Fellowship of the Apples and they're gonna go after the stranger and they're gonna help him. And this time, these three people are after him, and so they think that he's in danger, and somehow they're going to be able to help with that. I suppose they think that if they inform him, then he'll be ready for it, and so that will help. Obviously, they're not much help in the fight against them because we saw they have magic very similar to the stranger. So they're not going to be able to do anything. They cannot slay dragons, as they said themselves. But We do know they can steal treasure right under the dragon, though. The hard feet are exactly that. Are light on their feet. Durin and Elrond, whenever they interact, I absolutely love it. I adore their friendship. I love the banter between them. I love the passion, the affection they have for each other. And we really saw that for the first time, I think, more so than before in this one. The affection that Durin has for Elrond, him pleading to his father and crying in that moment as well. He cannot let him go. He has to help. He has to try to help. And the father then refuses. What does he know? What does the Dwarven King know that we do not know? He knows something. I think it might be the Balrog that we see at the end. He throws the petal in there and somehow it finds its way through all the crevices and, holes and all that and goes all the way to the bottom and burns. And that's because Balrog is right there. Balrog looked exactly like he looked in there in the trilogy. Reaction to which is available on my channel, by the way. Link should be in the description. Durin, being Durin, too stubborn, decides to go ahead anyways after he sees the effect that Mithril has on the plague or whatever is going on with that petal. And so they discover Mithril, and that's when the father discovers them discovering Mithril, and that's when it all goes downhill. Just before that scene, he says it's the highest honor or something along those lines for a dwarf to be worthy of his father's name, and he has his father's name, and then he loses it all. Gone. Takes the crest away, and when he picks it back up, he's like, nope, that does not belong to you anymore. So I was correct. He has disinherited him, and that must hurt. Then there's a little bit of plotting going on between Desai and Durin there at the end. Has a game begun? A Game of Thrones? I don't know. If it has, I'm here for it. You know me, I love me some Game of Thrones. The Númenóreans, or the Queen at least, promises that she will be back. Galadriel promises that the elves will help. Which I was like, will they? I don't know if they're in a good shape to help. And second, the king told you not to forget about this whole ordeal. So I don't know if he'll help. Similarly, I actually don't know if Númenor will help. I'm very certain that Miriel, the queen, will help, but now she is very similar to her father. In other words, very weak, and they're having to hide their father from the people and not let them know his condition. Now, I presume she'll have to do the same for herself, and therefore someone else will have to then appear in front of the people. Will it be that Charizard dude, Farazan or whatever? I forgot his name. The dude with the beard, man. How is that guy not a dwarf? Amazing hair and beard. Could be, who knows? He's kind of been playing a game of his own there as well for the throne. So he might pounce on that opportunity that's been provided to him right there. Because the people already, including Elendil, are kind of against helping the elves or allowing the elves on their shores. So that was already a problem. They took their job, remember that? Yeah. So they're definitely going to have a problem now, seeing all the destruction and everything they caused, and it led to nothing. They still were not victorious in what they wanted to do. Mordor has been created. The shadow looms over the Southlands. All the Orcsises are chanting, Adar, 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 instead of Numput, which is just fucking badass. I love that chant. But he smiles as well, looking at Mount Doom. He believes Sauron is dead. We know he's not dead. I had a theory that Hellbrand might be Sauron. I think a lot of people did, and they're messing with us there. They're baiting us hard there as well with Sauron and Hellbrand. The fact that he's so good at forging steel, the fact that he's talking in a way to Galadriel in the prison about creating a solution and, for the people, and then giving them that solution and then controlling that solution yourself, and by extension then controlling the people. That's right here. That sounds like this to me. Right here. Not my fingers. The rings. The fact that he remembers Adar. Adar said, I have killed Sauron, so they have faced off. Adar does not remember him. Now, I remember one comment saying that Sauron has the ability to change his shape, his appearance. Maybe that's why Adar doesn't remember him, but Sauron remembers Adar because they have confronted each other before. I don't know, but it seems like he might be the king, the rightful king, Or he might be Sauron. If he is the king, then I'm fairly sure he will be corrupted, because us men are easily corrupted. As you can see, I've got all 3 of the rings on. And he's probably going to be turned into one of the Nazguls. Potentially the Witch King. I keep calling him Night King, man. That's from Game of Thrones. But yeah, that's my little theory there. Thierry. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts were on this episode in general. I hope you enjoyed watching this breakdown of this episode. And I do have reaction to the original Lord of the Rings trilogy as well. Links to those will be in the description down below as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do drop a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, have a nice